Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Cathy. Welcome to Courage to Caregivers. Tonight, we continue with our theme of courage. Tonight's topic is strength amidst adversity. So, the ability to bounce back and adapt and even thrive in the midst of our challenges and tough times is strength amidst adversity. And we know that all of us are going to encounter difficult times at one time or another in our lives because it's part of being human. But we also know that the tough times in our lives ebb and flow, and eventually they do pass. It's just like the weather. Seasons and storms may gather, and dark clouds may prevail for a time, but eventually the clouds do part, the storms pass, and the sun comes out. It's the cycle of life. Trees are a great example of understanding the cycle of nature. They can bend in the wind, they can become uprooted and even break at times, but trees stand together in the forest, sharing even the same root systems, and continue to stand strong and grow in spite of their environmental challenges. And so for us, they become a symbol of strength and resilience. So, what are some ways that we as humans can push ourselves through adversity? Number one, finding laughter and humor in even the toughest situations. And did you know that the very physical act of laughing causes the release of feel-good hormones in the body and in the brain and brings about this chemical change where suddenly things feel better, they look better, and you're able to press on. It also helps lighten your mood, and that in turn helps lighten the load that you're carrying. So something as simple as laughter. And as we've discussed before in our mindfulness practice, even if you don't really feel like laughing, just the act of fake laughing will cause these chemicals to be released. So it's a win-win situation just to turn the corners of your mouth up and laugh. Find something to laugh about. Number two, connecting with professionals and friends and family to help you come up with a plan as you navigate caregiving. These people can be great resources for action as well as great comforts when we most need it. Logically thinking through a plan rather than just reacting from the gut and emotionally is far better in the long run. Number three, looking at your challenges as growth opportunities and learning from them, giving yourself credit when paddling through difficult waters and then coming out the other side. Number four, accepting the situation that you're dealing with for what it is, just seeing it as it is, realizing what you can and cannot control, and then letting go of the things that you can't. Using your tools of breathing, meditation, mindfulness, movement, and rest as ways to support you. They are always with you. They're in your toolbox. You've already established that. So pulling those out as you need them, when you need them, will help bring you into a much better place. Courage to go on instead of just folding, giving up, and walking away has been embroidered into your DNA. Continue on, you beautiful, courageous caregivers, as you grow in strength and empowerment, because hope is waiting at the next gate. So that's just a little bit of what you'll be discussing tonight. Let's go ahead and get started with a little breathing and meditation here. So finding your grounding beneath your feet, placing your feet flat on the floor, and then feeling that grounding in your chair, that surface beneath you. Taking a moment to take the ears up to the shoulders and let them softly settle back down so that you're not holding any tension there. And then placing your hands on your thighs or on your knees, making sure your spine is nice and tall and right against the back of that chair. And I invite you to connect with your breath, breathing in And breathing out, perhaps closing the eyes or at least leaving them softly cast down. And feeling that breath moving in and out of the nose. And with each breath, feeling the body really start to soften and settle down. Sometimes all it takes is a breath or two to feel the body begin to respond to this time that is just for you, this time that you've carved out. And so just experiencing what that feels like right now. And in a sense, this breath that you're taking in and taking out is a little bit of letting go of your cares that you've encountered during the day, any situations that may have arisen, letting go of those temporarily and just being here in this present moment with yourself and with this community. And then if any thoughts do try to drift in, that's okay. Notice them without judgment and notice them with acceptance. And then gently just let them go one by one by one. They will not impact your practice tonight. Notice the movement of the breath through the body. As you inhale, the breath comes in through the nose and moves down into the chest and the ribs and the belly. As you exhale, the belly contracts back toward the spine, and that breath moves out again, belly, ribs, chest, and then eventually out of the nose. So just feeling the breath, feeling your body begin to respond to the breath in this beautiful cycle of just letting go. And we're going to begin tonight a breath practice called 5-3-5-3 breathing or rectangle breathing. So if you can imagine in your mind's eye a rectangle, the long horizontal line at the top is your in-breath. We're going to count in for 5 on that in-breath. The short side of the rectangle going down is a count of 3, and we're going to hold the breath for the count of 3. That long rectangle on the underside, or that long line on the underside of that rectangle, is the count of 5 on the out breath. And then that short side going up is going to be the count of 3. We're going to hold or pause the breath. So 5 for the in breath, 3 for a pause, 5 for the out breath, and 3 for another pause until we inhale again. And I'll count this through with you as we go. So just making sure that your spine is nice and tall so that we get the full benefit of that full deep breath. We're going to go ahead and count in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold for 1, 2, 3. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold 1, 2, 3. We'll go ahead and try that again together. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold 1, 2, 3. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hold 1, 2, 3. Great job, everyone. I invite you to go ahead and continue on with that 5-3-5-3 breathing at your own pace to the rhythm of your own breath. Great job, everyone. And now I invite you to place one hand over your heart and the other hand on top of that hand so that both hands are embracing your heart. We're going to do a little heart focus breathing tonight. You might remember that this is when we envision breathing in and out of the heart. And so we'll close the eyes and imagine that the breath is coming in and out of your heart center, breathing in and breathing out. As you breathe in and out of the heart, notice the rise and fall of the chest, along with the ebb and flow of the breath. And at the same time, noticing how the hands move toward the heart and away from the heart. And let this be a little gesture, a demonstration of a little hug that you're giving your heart right in this moment. This little gentle embrace coming from you towards your own heart. And as you're breathing in and out of the heart center, I invite you to think of something right now that you're grateful for. We know that feelings of gratitude actually stimulate the release of those feel-good hormones that we were talking about earlier. And when we do that, it brings our brain and our heart into coherence, and we begin to feel good, and we begin to relax and invite in freshness and joy and gratitude instead of anxiety. So go ahead and find whatever that one thing is in this moment that you feel gratitude for. And let the feelings of gratitude bathe your whole body, your whole mind in this warm, beautiful, grateful feeling as you continue to breathe in and out of the heart. And as you're doing this, I'll read our affirmations for tonight's practice. I have the courage and strength to weather any storm. I am doing the best I can with the knowledge I have right now. Compassion for myself and others is one of my greatest strengths. So continuing to feel that breath moving in and out of the heart as you embrace your heart, feeling your breath in all of its fullness, in all of its support, and feeling gratitude and all the good feelings that come from gratitude. Taking a couple more rounds of breath. Good. And then releasing the hands from the heart, blinking the eyes open gently, and coming back to the present moment. We'll go ahead and do a little bit of movement today. So we're going to start with something called lion's breath. This is a breath that gives energy. It also opens your throat and allows you to speak your truth with love and compassion. It also makes us laugh a little bit. And we have learned tonight that laughter is a wonderful way to paddle through adversity at any time. So how we're going to prepare for this is, well, maybe I'll just demonstrate it first. It is kind of funny. And so what this looks like is we make little lion claws. So just curling the fingers in and the thumb in, we make little fists like, I guess, like a lion's paw. And so when we do that, we're just going to inhale through the nose. And on the exhale, we'll exhale with a letting the tongue come out. Sometimes people take their gaze up to the forehead, so it's breathing in through the nose and letting it out. So believe it or not, this is very beneficial to open up that throat, bring energy, and bring a sense of conquering all that is challenging and difficult for us. So we're going to take our little fists together like this and do this together, inhaling in through the nose. Exhale. One more time, inhaling through the nose. Exhale. And really let that breath out so that you feel it passing over the back of the throat, very much like ujjayi or ocean breathing. So go ahead and try this a couple times on your own. Good, you get the idea, and you can call up this breathing technique anytime that you're feeling like you need a little energy or love and compassion for yourself. Beautiful. We're going to try a mountain pose in the chair here. So feet flat on the floor, tall spine, arms down at your sides with the palms facing forward. And just feel into your seated mountain, feet on the floor, lifting through the crown of the head. Mountains are strong and resilient. And at times, even mountains experience weathering. And they may erode a little bit and deal with difficult winds, difficult storms. But at the end of the day, mountains stand tall and they stand strong. So just feel into your mountain pose today and breathe into your own resilience. Good, beautiful. Beautiful. Now we're going to come out of our chairs. So go ahead and push your chair off to the side. And we'll experience a mountain pose from your standing position here. So standing tall, all four corners of the feet on the floor, shoulders back, heart is open, arms down at your side, palms facing forward, lifting through the crown of the head, feeling the strength in your quad muscles at the front of the thighs, your core, your glutes, and really feeling into your tall mountain. Breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. From here, we're going to step back with that right foot. So bending into that forward knee, we'll bring the arms up overhead. As we lift the arms up, finding warrior one. So your forward knee is bent, and the leg that is behind you is your foundation, both feet and both legs supporting you. As we come into warrior one, feeling your strong warrior, your warrior for your loved ones that you care for, and your warrior for yourself in the ways that you advocate for yourself, the ways you take care of yourself. Just breathing into your warrior. Beautiful. And then allowing the arms to open to the sides. So here, our feet are in the same position, but we're opening arms to the side, gazing out over those forward fingers in warrior two. Strong, resilient warrior. Breathing here. Firm in your foundation, strong in your core, resilient, beautiful warrior. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. And then we're going to release the hands, place them at the heart, and step up with that back foot to meet the front foot. Returning to warrior, arms down at your sides, opening those shoulders, and breathing into mountain pose once again. From here, we'll step back with the opposite foot, bending into that forward knee and squaring your hips right to the front. Engaging your core as you lift the arms up overhead. Nice, strong warrior one. Breathing here. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, opening to the side as we bring the arms, one arm to the back, one arm to the front, warrior two, gazing out over those forward fingers, letting all your energy rotate from the thighs up through the midline of the body. Warrior two, beautiful. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. And then when you're ready, bringing your hands to your heart, stepping up to meet the other foot. So from back to front and finding mountain pose once again. Beautiful. From here, we're going to grab our chair in case we need it. We're going to do a little bit of a balance pose called tree pose. We were talking about trees earlier and how they're very strong and they can withstand a lot of adversity there. So we're going to have that chair, if we need it, right next to us. Good. So bringing both feet right alongside each other, about a hip's distance apart. And the side of your body that the chair is on. So my chair is on my right side here. Good. My chair is on the right side of me. And so the leg that is closest to the chair is going to be the leg that I will balance on. And so maybe placing a hand on the chair if you need it. Feel that outer leg begin to move, just maybe circling from the ankle, pointing the toes, and then taking the heel of the outer leg, placing it on your ankle, your calf, or the inner thigh of that standing leg, finding your tree pose, turning that knee out slightly, and maybe even bringing that outer arm up into the air and finding your tree, maybe waving your branches in the breeze or standing still, or even bringing your hand to your hip, whatever would support you best in this pose. Tree pose, beautiful, strong tree with your roots growing into the earth. Breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. And then releasing that leg, shaking the legs out a little bit. We're going to move that chair to the other side. And standing now with that chair. Now the chair is to the left of me. I'm standing tall, mountain pose. And I'm going to find my foundation in that standing leg. So the leg that is closest to the chair. The other leg's going to come out to the side and start to move. So I'll take the heel of that foot to the ankle, the calf, or the inner thigh, lifting my arm up, finding tree pose, and breathing as you celebrate your strength and resilience, finding your own expression of tree. Beautiful. Breathing in and breathing out. And when that feels complete, releasing that foot, bringing it back down to the floor and shaking out both feet just a little bit. Beautiful. Bringing hands together at the heart and bowing to one another. Thank you so much for trying that tree pose with me today. We're going to go ahead and get situated back in the chair. So finding your chair here. Good. And then lifting the arms up overhead, pressing the palms together. Exhale, hands come to the heart. And just taking a few moments to begin to prepare for rest. So releasing the hands here. And go ahead and find your comforts for tonight's rest, whether it is a pillow, a blanket, or a little bit of both. Finding your place to rest if you are able to come down onto the floor or on a couch, or sitting right there in your chair. Whatever you're needing, maybe you're going to lower your lights a little bit. So whatever comforts you need, go ahead and find those now. And we're going to practice some yoga nidra tonight, a systematic journey through the body. I'll be starting at the top of the head and naming different parts of the body. You'll bring your attention there for just a moment or two, and then we'll go on to the next and the next and the next until the whole body is completely relaxed and you can rest knowing that all the tension, all the stress is slowly melting away, and you relax with just a joyful and grateful heart, laying there or sitting there, calm and stress-free. So we're going to go ahead and close the eyes right now and start to feel the body begin to soften. If you're on the floor, feeling the ground beneath you. If you're in your chair, feeling the chair really supporting your body. And then starting at the top of the head, feeling all the muscles in the face begin to soften, the forehead and the cheeks, the jaw, the temples, just really feeling that letting go of all tension. All that tension is beginning to drain away. And then letting your awareness travel down into the throat, feeling the throat open slightly and relax. And then beginning to feel your awareness drawn into the right shoulder, the right upper arm, the elbow, forearm, wrist, and hand, the back of the hand and the palm of the hand, and all the fingers of the right hand, the thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger, so that from the fingers of the right hand all the way up to the right shoulder, your whole right arm is relaxed. Moving your awareness down the right side of the body, the armpit, the ribs, and the waist. And then letting your awareness settle in the right hip, the thigh, the knee, the shin, the ankle, and the foot, the top of the foot, the sole of the foot, and all the toes of the right foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and baby toe, so that from the toes of the right foot all the way up to the right hip, your whole right leg is relaxed. Your whole right side is completely and totally relaxed. Bringing your awareness now to the left side of the body and the left shoulder, the left upper arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, and hand, the back of the hand and the palm of the hand, and all the fingers of the left hand, the thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger, so that from the fingers of the left hand all the way up to the left shoulder, your whole left arm is relaxed. Moving now your awareness down the left side of the body, the armpit, the ribs, and the waist. Letting your awareness settle now in the left hip, the thigh, the knee, the shin, the ankle, the foot, the top of the foot, the sole of the foot, and all the toes of the left foot. Big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and baby toe, so that from the toes of the left foot all the way up to the left hip, your whole left leg is relaxed. Your whole left side is completely and totally relaxed. Now bringing your awareness to the back body and all parts of the body that have contact with the floor beneath you or with the chair. The back of the legs, the buttocks, the low back, the middle back, the upper back, and the shoulder blades, the back of the head. Your whole back body is relaxed. Your whole back body is completely and totally relaxed. Bringing your awareness to the front body and all parts of the body that shine toward the stars, the front of the legs, the hips, the pelvis, the low belly, the upper belly, the chest, the ribs, the heart, your generous, caregiving heart. Imagine that you could give your heart a big hug in this moment for all that you do for everyone that is in your care. Your whole front body is relaxed. Your whole body is completely and totally relaxed. Rest now in this knowing. Give yourself this beautiful gift of rest. very gently and with great care, begin to bring your awareness back to the body, starting to invite in a little movement, perhaps wiggling fingers and toes, taking a full body stretch either on the floor or in your chair, and just inviting in any little movement or wiggling of fingers or anything that would support you in coming back to the present moment. Just taking your time, taking a couple deep breaths. Good. And then whenever you're ready, just rolling to one side, making a little pillow for your head there. And I'm going to read some closing quotations for tonight's practice. Strength doesn't come from what you can do. It comes from overcoming the things you once thought you couldn't. And then the next one comes from Anne Bradstreet, and she says, if we had no winter, the spring would not be so pleasant. If we did not sometimes taste adversity, prosperity would not be so welcome. Good. So when you're ready, just pressing yourself back up into a seated position. Beautiful. And we'll all meet with hands at the heart. As we breathe in courage and breathe out the things that we cannot control. Good. Releasing the hands, sweeping them up overhead to press the palms together. Exhale, hands back to the heart. It was an honor to be with you tonight. And I hope that you have a wonderful week ahead. Let's bring our hands up to the third eye as we share our greeting and acknowledgement of the respect that we have for one another when we say together, Namaste. Thank you all so much. I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a good week ahead. Okay.